Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to Sports Talk with me, Recap, man. What's going on, man? Happy Sunday. It's a beautiful day. It's a little raining outside, but it's okay. But it's still a beautiful day, man. I just finished watching the Lakers put the beat down in OKC, man. It was great. Shea Gilgeous is a great player, of course. He got his points, but Lakers were able to put a clamp on. They clamp up on all the other players, and to put up franchise record 22 threes, man, and Bonnie James included, added to that. They were up by it was 21 points, which was still 21 three pointers. Bonnie James came in the game, hit another three, put a franchise record for 22 three pointers in the game. It was a time where Austin Reeves couldn't miss, but short lived. But still, Luka came in and gave you 30 points, which was great. It was a pedestrian night for day for LeBron James, but it wasn't much about that. The team was scoring. Luka, Austin Reeves, everybody was coming in, doing what they needed to do. So he didn't have to worry too much about it. But he took the time to focus on what he needed. You know what I mean? So he focused to give you exactly what he needed. LeBron James at it. So he still gave you 19 points. There were a couple fouls that I thought that. Well, I didn't think that. It was evident that the refs, they were trying their best to give OKC the win. And there's a lot of fouls that they were calling on the Lakers. With that it was clear. It was clear, but it was just the foul they should have called on OKC, but they were calling on the Lakers. But then when it was, come on. Yeah, they were trying their best. I'm not saying that this is why they're number one team in the NBA, but they get a lot of calls. They get a lot of calls by the league office. The refs, doing a lot of stuff. It looks like there's money involved in the game, but still, Lakers came in and beat them 27 points, which was a blowout. I think that they took the foot off their gas a little bit. The Lakers, that is. Hadn't if they didn't do that, they probably would have dropped 50 on OKC. And this game was I wanted to see that. I want to see on Tuesday what they do if they can repeat the same formula, But they came in. There were a lot of turnovers, which I didn't like because going to the half, at some point, at one point it was 29 points, and then they just let it slip, But they were able to still keep up the 20 points margin to still beat them at the end, 27 points, which was good. But you can't play like that with a great team. A lot of turnovers, and during the half, Lakers had 7 turnovers. OKC only had 2, and it didn't do much. When what helped them is they were attacking the paint. And I like that, and that's how you got to play with a team like that. Attack the paint. Don't just shoot threes. Yes, they were shooting threes. They made a lot of threes. They missed some as well. They left some on the tables, but they came in and they attacked, which is exactly what you want to see, man. So I'm excited. I'm excited to see where to see great basketball playoff coming in, which is great. And so I'm super excited for them. So, a couple of games left, but they put themselves in a position to dominate, to compete in the West, which is good. Anyway, man, breaking news, man, which is all we do in this channel. I mean, Memphis Grizzlies, the Grizzlies, 10 games left, before the playoff even starts. They went and fired Taylor, the coach. Taylor, I think that you could see Ja Morant was playing hurt, and then the moment they fired the head coach, all of a sudden he came back healthy. It's a big coincidence, and it's crazy for Ja, even the league. Are they picking on him a little bit, making the gun gesture? Yes. A little bit, but because everybody's doing it. All the players, when they hit a big shot or whatever it is, they, of course they do the gun gestures, right? On the bench, players, so everybody does it. So it's not something that I'm worried about it, but it's just that the league told him to chill, don't do that. And in the next game, he said, F it. He came out to to do that. But still, the thing I want to talk about, the breaking news I'm talking about, Rajon Rondo, the Memphis Grizzlies. The Memphis Grizzlies are in a conversation with Rajon Rondo. Right now, they're in talk right now for him to be the next head coach. Rajon Rondo will be the next head coach at the end of the season. They want someone to come in that the players respect. I'm not, yes, you have an interim head coach right now, but they want someone that the players respect, a veteran, a coach that could come in, someone who played the game, right? Someone who actually played the game, and because it's a big difference, right? You look at the Lakers right now. You look at the Lakers. You look at there's a lot of teams who have head coaches that when the players play the game and then coming in as a head coach, so it's easier for the players to be able to listen to that, because this guy played the game, so it's for him to tell you how to do it. It's easier for him to tell you how to do it because he's done that. All right, so having Rajon Rondo coming in, who's a two-time champion, he won a championship with Boston. He was a huge factor. I'm not saying he was the reason why they won the championship, but he was part of that, pressure, part of that defense, whatever. He was a floor general, controlling everything to make sure that Paul Pierce and Kevin Garnett, all those guys, to be able to do that. And then with the Lakers, you see, if you're a Laker fan, whatever, you see what he was able to do. Having him and LeBron James on the court at the same time, the two great minds. The guy was a mastermind. Of course, to know exactly what you're gonna be, both of them together. Oh man, it was crazy. But now to give him with Memphis, to have him with the player that they have, I think that he will be able to tell Ja, hey, chill out. I think Ja will be able to listen to him, because this is something that, a position that he played and you playing, and he know how to win. He know how to put you in a position he understands the game, which is why when I told you guys, JJ Redick was going to be the Lakers head coach, a lot of you guys didn't believe it. I said, I call it first on this channel. There's a lot of conversation that I'm having you guys are not privy to, but it's okay, man. I don't care about that. But for the true fan, for the one who's been watching, I appreciate you, for watching us, which is great. But John Morant, of course, before you bring in a head coach like that, you have to get the star player approval, and this is the last hope for him in Memphis, because if this is, if they didn't bring a coach like that, it wouldn't work. So Memphis had to get somebody. They were looking at it. They thought about multiple people, right? They thought about multiple people, but having Rajon Rondo there, it's a huge plus for them. It's a huge plus for the organization. It's a huge plus for the players, Ja Morant especially, to have a player who's done that, two-time champion, a floor general, a former floor general, a guy who can tell you where to be. Like I was saying with JJ Redick, when JJ Redick, who played, coming into the league with the Orlando Magic, was my team, seeing him play, it was great. I'm also watching him at Duke, doing it, helping Coach K. He was a floor general he was a lieutenant for Coach K out there, coming to the league in Orlando. It was great. I would have loved him and Dwight Howard but Dwight Howard was on his way out, and his mind was gone. You know what I mean? So it was time to just let him go. It would have been great for Orlando to get something for him, but just twice you let Shaq go with nothing, and Dwight Howard go with nothing. So that was that. But what I was making is JJ Redick, understand the game. He know where to be, where to put players. So put him as head coach for the Lakers. A lot of people thought that it was a bad move. I said, hey, this is a great move. This is a guy who has similar mindset with LeBron James, similar mind in terms of basketball IQ, understand where to be in terms of the defense. Now, there's a lot of things that he's doing with the Lakers I don't really like. They let him teams shoot threes, but they controlling the paint, because and I understand they don't have a big man. You trade AD for Luka. Of course, you getting 30 points, 25, 30 points from Luka, any given night. But in terms of that defensive presence, they don't have that. They don't have. Yeah, Jackson Hayes. He's not a rim protector. He give you that. He's a loud threat. He give you that. Of course, he's a 7-footer, athletic, but that's all. He can't. For him to block shot to go head to head like AD was doing, he's not that type of player. So because of they don't have that floor general, they don't have that rim protector. So the liability for them is is not having that. So what they do is they allow you to shoot the threes. Now the team who can shoot threes, having a team that can shoot threes is not a good thing for the Lakers because they allow that. But I think that in the playoff, you see a lot of team regular season they play one way, and in the playoff they're able to eliminate all those errors. So that's something I'm looking forward to for them to do. But to have that without to have a player like that, it's great for the Lakers. A player coach like that is great for the Lakers. Now which is the same thing to see. Rajon Rondo will be able to bring for Memphis. So Memphis Grizzlies fans, look out for that. Look out for that. At the end of the season, no matter what's going on, Rajon Rondo will be the new head coach. Anyway, man, sports talk. Like, subscribe, and share, man. Peace out. Make sure you subscribe, man. I appreciate the love. Peace out, man.